Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan Battle. The whole point of this video is I want to sort of see what the general consensus is behind Videl being seemingly the next Dokkan Festival exclusive. Now, one other thing about this is the timing was a little bit odd. Usually, I am ready for these sort of announcements and stuff like that. I actually thought this was still going to be a couple of days off because Dokkan Battlefield does not end for another 4 days. Chain Battle's going for another week. So this teaser might not be the usual time frame, right? Videl very well could drop on the 1st, right? Or I feel like Videl could drop as far away as the 5th. So it's very hard to tell exactly when she's coming out. Typically a teaser means 2 days, but it's not always 2 days. It's every single time they ever drop this, it doesn't mean, 2 days until the event drops. It's not always like that, right? My best guess is that we probably will see the Twitter reveal for Videl about tonight, but we might not see her on the Twitter all the way until the 3rd. Again, I'm really not. Videl is a Dokkan event, right? I will just give this thought out very quickly that I do think this is not a good idea by Dokkan. I'm hesitant to call it I'll call it a mistake. I feel like this is a really bad pick for a Dokkan event. And again, I'm going to go through people's comments. I'm going to look at people's tweets right here. We're also going to go ahead and jump into the, comments on this video right here, the Videl video, and sort of see what people are saying about a Dokkan Fest Videl. Because I feel like, when they drop a new Super Vegito, you get a very vocal minority who are just crying at the top of their lungs. They only do Saiyans. But then, Dokkan instant top grossing, and it's 80% of players, silently are like, oh yeah, cool, Vegito, yeah, I'm summoning for that one for sure, right? But, I don't think that Videl, number one, I would probably argue is the worst Dokkan Fest pick ever. But the other problem dropping Videl now is Dokkan literally just did Trunks and Goten, who are a very, I would say, not Dokkan Fest type option, and they just did PyCon in December. So it's we're talking about a lot of non-Dokkan Fest exclusive worthy characters. Personally, I don't think PyCon is worthy of a Dokkan Fest. No. From the Gogeta movie, no. Maybe if you wanted to do a Dokkan Fest of Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku and then PyCon with the Thunder Flash attack from that fight, I think that one, because that filler arc is very enjoyable. I mean, maybe that's just that's just my opinion there, but I don't think PyCon is worthy of a Dokkan Fest. No. And how did they sell PyCon to us, by the way? Gogeta. So, I'm not going to be stunned if this Videl is a unit super attack with Great Saiyaman or something along those lines, right? Don't expect Videl, they're not going to change nothing. I would be very stunned by that. Now, people say, oh, but we need a 170% Pepe Gal leader and stuff like that. It's yeah, we sure do. But that's where Kefla and Android 18 come in, who are actual fighters. Videl, she fights, dude. Videl comes in the Great Saiyaman arc, and she's fighting the same level of opponent that Kid Crooks. Then she has a fight against a character with power. So I don't she doesn't even use Ki Blast. So no, I do not really think she is a good candidate for a Dokkan Festival exclusive. I do want to point out as well that Goresh did make a tweet stating that the way they sort of use the wording for Videl and then previously with the Yamcha, because remember there was a Yamcha Dokkan event for the first April. No, it was the second April Fools that Dokkan celebrated. Yeah, the second one. And he's saying it was very obvious from the wording that it was a joke, but that's not the way they're doing it with Videl. So again, Videl very likely to be a Dokkan Fest. I also was talking with Goresh, and Goresh is telling me that the overwhelming opinion from the Japanese side of things that he's seen is that Videl is very disappointing. Now, one thing I do want to point out too is that I know JP Dokkan did not hit top grossing for Broly, but I think Girl Horse Racing Game or whatever the hell it's called. But I have seen a lot of Rainbow Brolys on the friends list more so than usual. So I feel like Dokkan would consider that Broly a success, right? Because number 2 top grossing is going to be very good. It's going to be, I think, very telling. I'm going to keep an eye. I want to see where Videl lands on top grossing. I'll probably go back and check where Trunks and Goten were. I think Trunks and Goten maxed out at like 6 or 7 on top grossing, I think. So it's going to be interesting to see what Videl gets to. Because guess what? If Videl comes in at like 15 or something like that, then it was a mistake. I mean, the game, like, if they would do, like, people say, like, oh, we need non-Saiyans. But it's like, if they drop characters like Videl all the time and then the game doesn't make money anymore, then the game shuts down and it's dead. It's like, okay, you guys got your Yamcha Dokkan Fest and your Krillin Dokkan Fest and your Videl Dokkan Fest, and now the game doesn't exist anymore, right? Like, it's like, despite what people, like, Saiyans carry Dragon Ball. That's literally just how it is, right? The same thing with, this is not a problem specifically with, like, Dokkan either. Because look at, like, fighters. Like, it's like Goku is the literal main character. There's, like, 500 different interesting forms of Goku. Like, you know, Ultra Instinct, like GT Goku, you know, Goku Black, Bardock are different characters. Yet you see so many complaints of, oh, another Goku, acting like UI Goku. I mean, obviously he's my favorite character, but, like, UI Goku is not, like, actually, like, very interesting. Like, in like, the Dragon Ball universe, Ultra Instinct is something different, like the auto dodge and stuff like that. So, like, it's insanity to me that people would not be like, well, it's insanity to me that, like, that would be met with, like, a lot, like, loud criticism, right? When it's like, that's not just like, oh, another generic Goku. It's like Ultra Instinct is not really a generic Goku, right? And then, like, the GT transforming Super Saiyan 4 Goku from Fighters, not exactly a generic Goku either. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. One other point I wanted to make, right? So me and Nano, I'll do a Nano name drop real fast. We privately have sort of talked to each other about this, like sort of like keeping, like, kind of a record in our head of how hype releases are in this community, right? Like, I've talked with Nano about taking a look at Nano's super attack reaction videos and seeing, like, you know, how, like, fast the views rack up for that, right? Like sort of like gauges how hyped the community is for it. And then Nano has mentioned the same thing with me for, like, you know, the private server first look showcases at some of these units. He takes a look, you know, how quickly does that rack up, you know, to kind of gauge how the community is responding to that, like, sort of like major unit release, right? So it's going to be interesting to see. Dude, okay. All right. Here's, Jutsu Hughes, thank you so much for immediately dropping that. That's awesome that he dropped that right there for me. All right, he said a world tournament and Pepe Gal lead would be nice, is what he said, right? Let me pull up the, oh, they changed this. Okay. Oh, this is better. Dude, shout out to the Dokkan Wiki. They really are just the best over here. This is, oh my god. Okay, yeah, dude. Shout out to everyone on the Dokkan Wiki. They're awesome. All right, let's pull up Videl real fast, right? So my man wants Pepe Gals and World Tournament as a leader skill. Here's the thing. That team would suck, right? Guess what? That's not going to make money. Like, no one is going to run that league. I mean, this, you know, constitutes a different discussion entirely if we need, you know, a new friend system. No one is running a Dokkan Fest Videl leader for World Tournament and Pepe Gal. So it's everyone's like, we need that 170% lead. Well, guess what? You're still going to need it because no one is running her. And that team sucks. World Tournament and Pepe Gal. Pepe Gal has one LR. You want to take a look at what World Tournament's got? Let's take a look. And people will go, oh, it's not all based around LRs. Sure, but LRs are still the cream of the crop in the game. You think this team is good? Pepe got, like, those are the 4 LRs right there. Many people consider this the worst summonable LR. So I would just really like to point out that team would suck, right? Like, they dropped LR Krillin as, like, a Prime Battle LR. Very good. He's the Earthling category leader. That's a good way to do that. Like, they do need to buff, like, Pepe Gals, Earthling, you know, teams like that. But with a Dokkan Fest slot of Videl, I'm not the biggest fan. Okay, now real quick, Lewis talks about her banner. I am 99% sure that Super Saiyan 4 Int Gogeta is going to be on her banner, so understand that. That's going to be really big. Give some more ideas for other characters in the future. Sure. Videl, well, I don't know that I like Videl, period, as a Dokkan Fest, but, like, a non-hype version would work well if there wasn't just, like, 2 other ones in literally just since December, like almost basically since January 1st. This is going to be the 3rd. I don't want to call it meme Dokkan Fest, but like non-traditional Dokkan Fest, I think is a good way to describe it. Yeah, well, okay. Yes, I did say this, but here's the thing. It's not just Pikkon in that Dokkan card. They have Gogeta right there with him, right? Like, that's kind of... Like, the funny thing is, Pikkon and Janemba did hit top grossing. Now, by the way, I don't think that factors into, like, Videl getting a Dokkan Fest now. I imagine Dokkan, like, they knew that Videl was, like, the Dokkan Fest at the beginning of April. Probably, like, at least as far back as, like, July or something like that. Like, they don't, like, move that fast where it's like, oh my god, Pikkon hit top grossing, hit the Videl button, right? Like, no way. Like Dokkan has had this schedule planned for quite a while. I believe I did hear some birdies chirping that, like, the anniversaries are planned as far back as a year in advance. So, like, you know, they know already what the idea is for the 7-year anniversary. You know, they were sort of like, you know, getting that ironed out back in January of this year, right? Like, that type of thing. So, Videl, like, they knew Videl was like, they were preparing her before Pikkon even dropped, right? So, like, Pikkon and Janemba getting top grossing, I don't think factors directly into this. Pikkon getting top grossing would probably affect maybe, like, a Dokkan release in, like, October or something like that. So where maybe they're like, okay, you know, we can drop, like, some obscure, like, unit super attack character because we know it worked, right? Something like that. All right, let's see what else we got here. So, yeah, alright, so obviously we all know that the Anime Girl horse racing game was top grossing, did beat Dokkan head-to-head for Broly, which is impressive by that Anime Girl horse racing game. There is a couple things to factor in with that. Number one, that game is brand new. It'll be interesting to see if it's going to have staying power or not, right? That obviously is going to matter. Number two, Dokkan doesn't really push waifus like that. Think of all these other gacha games. Dude, go look at One Piece Treasure Cruise, how they do female characters in game. Like, it is like, the arts for the One Piece girl characters in Treasure Cruise are like, it's like hentai. Like, like, they have Nami titties all out there, right? Like, they're just like, we do not care. But for Dokkan, or excuse me, for Dragon Ball in general, they don't really do that, right? Like, Dokkan doesn't have their, you know, waifu banner, you know, bikini Android 18 banners and stuff like that. I mean, I do, like, that's the thing. I mean, people might get mad, but it's like, yeah, if this banner was like Bikini Videl as a Dokkan Fest, like, it probably would sell better than normal Videl, right? Just keep that in mind. All right, let's see what else we got here. Yes, I agree with Gyro Zappelli. I do think she is a Dokkan Fest as well, and I do think she has the unit super attack. Me, personally, I think it's going to be Great Saiyaman. Any Great Saiyaman card she's going to have a unit super attack with. In this video, I showed her super attacks from Dragon Ball FighterZ, and I think it's going to be a very similar concept. I think they're probably going to take the animations from FighterZ for this Dokkan Fest Videl. See, this sucks. Like, people keep talking about this. 170 cents to Peppy Gals and Earthling. That's a horrible team. No one is running that. Like, number one, Videl is not that hype. And then number two, that team is actually ass cheeks. Like, that's the problem. Like, it's like, we need a good Peppy Gal leader, but it's like, they need to drop, like, Kefla as a Peppy Gal leader, right? So it's like, you drop Kefla, right? So they could do, like, LR Super Saiyan 2 Kefla. One of her leader skills is Peppy Gals, and then the other leader skill is, like, Transformation Boost, or, like, Super Saiyan, or something like that. That's how you have to build these smaller teams, right? So, like, you know, we drop, I'm looking for okay. So you drop Mai. I don't know that Mai is not really a great leader for Earthling, but like you drop like Mai and she's like an Earthling leader slash like time traveler or revenge or something like that, right? Like you don't do two meme categories together because like unfortunately Peppy Gal, Earthling, Namekian, World Tournament, they're all like, these are like meme categories at this point. These are not legitimate teams. Earthling is definitely in a much better place than it was. After like LR Roshi has dropped, you know, like a bunch of these Krillins, like AJL Krillin is solid, LR Krillin is really good, Tech Krillin is good, right? Physical Tien is good, right? So they've dropped a bunch of very decent Earthling cards, but it's not, like, you can't compare this team to something like, obviously I'm not going to compare him to like Turner of Power, like, yeah, no shit, Turner of Power is insane, right? But like, you go through a lot of these teams, and it's like these have like these. You look at a lot of these teams, right? Something like Pure Saiyan, Full Power, Prodigal Warrior, you know, Universal Rival Saga. Even though I just said I wasn't going to compare it to them, but like these are teams that are getting like LRs and Dokkan Fest repeatedly throughout the years, like constantly, consistently. It's completely different with these teams compared to like dude, like Videl. The max amount of categories we're going to see from Videl, it's literally going to be Peppy Gal, Buu Saga, Earthling, probably Special Pose, World Tournament, and like that's it. Like maybe it's Videl from like the Broly movie and she's Movie Hero. I mean, even though the art is from the Buu Saga, they could, I guess. Nah, I mean it's probably going to be Buu Saga, right? Again, like a Videl / Great Saiyaman unit. Like, it would have made more sense if they had done Videl from the Broly movie right now, because obviously they're doing the theme of movies. But remember that last year, they did slide Beerus in. Beerus had nothing to do with either theme they were pushing. You know, the Turner of Power or Buu Saga, right? Beerus was just sort of randomly inserted in there. So Videl could be that. That's the other thing we have to talk about, too. With Videl, like, they're going... Dude, so, this is an area where I was wrong, clearly. They finished the Worldwide Download Celebration, right, with Angel Vegeta, and I'm like, oh, okay, dude, they're done with Buu Saga for like a year. Don't expect any Buu Saga for like a year. And then 2 months later, they drop a Prime Battle LR that's pretty good in Fat Buu and Bobbity. And now, another 3 months later, we have another Buu Saga Dokkan Fest. So now they're just like, yeah, y'all want that Kid Buu, huh? Tough titties. Literally tough titties. Y'all ain't getting Kid Buu. You're getting Videl. I love that. So, alright, I don't know. Alright, now, here's the thing. In order for Videl to be a character you're gonna run, because the other thing you want to point out with Videl, so, like, you look at a lot of these, like, links matter. Like, Dokkan Fest, Goten, and Trunks, let me just pull them up real fast. They're not exactly what I would consider, a super, like, hype Dokkan. Like, I would consider them on the lower end of the spectrum of, like, Dokkan Fest-worthy characters and stuff like that, right? They had, like, some of the best animations in the game, though. They have a unit super attack. I would say they're very good. But, like, look at their links. Things like Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle, like, Innocence, Product. Like, this is a unit you can run on Hybrid Saiyan, Movie Hero, Youth, Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Prodigal Warrior. Kamehameha, we know, is the most popular team. It's the most run team. So, no matter what you feel about these characters themselves, this is still a character that can be run on some of the most popular teams in the game, right? Videl is not, right? Like, the only top-tier team Videl is going to be on is Majin Buu Saga. And it's like, are you going to run Videl on Buu Saga / Battle Wits? You running her over, like, LR Tech Vegito Blue? Or something like that? Like, and this Videl that's going to drop, she needs to be, like, 60% damage reduction start of turn, 200% attack and defense, and then, like, 3 key and 40% attack and defense to all allies. Because, like, the other thing, too, is her links are going to suck. Like, the best they can do, and again, this is why I think, like, a unit super attack idea with Great Saiyaman is probably what they'll go with, because then they could slap, like, Brainiacs, Hero of Justice, Supreme Power, and Fierce Battle on her. Dude, they literally have to give her Supreme Power. That would help a lot, right? Because look at the character lists right here. And then, like, Int Hercules got it. This Gohan and Videl has it, right? So giving her Supreme Power definitely would help as sort of like the, you know, the Majin Buu Saga Link right here. But, like, her links are gonna suck. Like, you're gonna bring, like, that's like, I want a Videl Dokkan Fest. Okay, but now you're bringing potential dead weight on, like, these teams. Because, like, her link set sucks. Like, you're running her next to, like, Angel, Tech, Super Saiyan 3, Goku after he EZAs or something? Like, probably not, right? Like, they gotta go crazy with her. Like, that's the other thing, too, about Trunks and Goten. Is that, like, this character needs to be built and designed better than, like, Broly or Ultimate Gohan or a Frieza unit or a UI Goku unit or something like that. Because this is a not hype character. I actually feel like they did a good job with Trunks and Goten. I feel like they are as strong as they need to be. They're very, very good. They might age a little bit because their restrictions involve Trunks, Goten, and Krillin, who are not exactly like, you know, a character like Broly is good with other prepared for battle Saiyans, right? Like, that's all you need for, like, Broly to be good, right? Or, like, Ultimate Gohan is typically okay around, like, other hybrid Saiyans or something like that. He'll be okay. But, like, this unit, you need specific characters that are not getting new versions every 5 seconds, right? So that could age them a little bit. All right, let's see what else we got. EZA the Int Gohan and Videl, because they're one of his favorite units. I mean, sure. Let me take a look at that unit. Are they in World Tournament? They're not. Okay, so stupid. Ugh, they hate the World Tournament team, dude. Wait, no, they're a Joint Forces card. So, all right, I'm all mixed up here. Let me pull them up. Let me take a look at this Gohan and Videl. Raise attack for 6 turns. Yeah, they're horrible. Okay, Hero of Justice, Supreme Power, Cold Judgment, Infighter. Yeah, if you gave Videl Infighter as well, I know some of the Vegetos have that, or at least this Super Vegeto's got that. Ultimate Gohan has it. Yeah, she'll probably have Infighter. A lot of the Ultimate, because again, they're probably building her to work well with a lot of the Gohans, right? So, Infighter, Supreme Power. We potentially could see this unit EZA. It's very difficult to see. No, again, like this is, it's cool to mention this, but I've already talked about how, like, this would have been, like, Dokkan was planning on this Videl before that anime Horror Scroll Racing game even came out, right? Yes, it does. Yes, we could get, we could. Because I assume that, like, this celebration will probably be built up until the point where Yemu and Spopovich steal Gohan's energy. I assume it is, like, about as far as this sort of celebration is going to go. One of the big things I'm actually really intrigued about, could we see this guy EZA during this celebration? This would be huge. Because look at some of the teams this guy is on. Special Pose, Exploding Rage, Super Saiyan 2, Kamehameha, Sibling Bond, World Tournament. Like, and he's a Prepare for Battle and Shocking Speed character. Like, if they EZA this guy and make him one of the best banner units in the game, that would be really, really good. So I have high hopes that this guy can get his EZA. Funny enough, I don't even think I have this guy rainbowed. Is what's funny. I don't have this character rainbowed. That's funny. All right. Pan as a banner unit. I mean, it has been a while since we've gotten a new Pan. Honestly, that's not the worst idea. I mean, again, it's not gonna, like, that's not, like, people aren't then gonna be like, oh, I gotta summon for that banner unit, right? That's also a banner unit people are not gonna be summoning for. But that, like, the way I would build, like, a lot of these secondary categories, like Earthling and stuff like that, is by creating, like, god level, like, again, banner units. So, like, Trunks and Goten, the further away we get from it, the better I feel like Dokkan handled that. Because, again, they gave us the Krillin as a banner unit, who's, like, a godly good unit, right? Like, think of how good that Trunks was on the Broly banner. That's how you build up these banners, right? Like, how good is that Tech Raditz from the AGL Bardock banner? Like, by dropping an amazing Pan right now, that could buff Dragon Ball Seekers. That could buff a Baby Saga category when that comes in the future, right? Or maybe, like, Shadow Dragon or one of those teams. Like, that's how you do it, yeah. That would be good. This will bring variety. See, people say this as though we didn't literally just get Trunks, Goten, and Pikkon. That's the only thing. Like, it's like, I don't know, man. Like, they don't actually just drop Goku and Vegeta every Dokkan Fest. Like, we do understand that, right? Like, Gogeta, Vegito, Goku, Vegeta are not actually every Dokkan Fest. Like, Goku and Vegeta were the anniversary Dokkan Fest, obviously. Okay. When was the last Goku or Vegeta Dokkan? Okay. Yeah, the last two major celebrations, right? So the last Goku and Vegeta Dokkan Fest was the 6th year anniversary. And then before that, Goku or Vegeta, the last Dokkan Fest, Worldwide Download Celebration, and then Tanabata, right? Because they know, guess who actually makes the money? Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, those characters, right? So, like, they're dropping them when it's major time, but it's like, those are the only 3 Goku or Vegeta Dokkan Fests we've gotten in, like, the last 2 years, is those major celebrations, right? Because it's like, we went, Bojack, there was the Gogeta, Ultimate Gohan, Angel Frieza, yeah, like, Goku and Vegeta, Kefla, Beerus. Yeah, like it's been a while since they just drop a straight up like Goku or Vegeta Dokkan Fest besides those major celebration ones, right? That's why, like, there is actually more variety than people give credit for. Yeah, she has to involve Gohan because she's not like a real fighter in the series. Like, Android 18, I think, is not the greatest option for a Dokkan Fest, like, right now, but, like, you know, after, let's say, Worldwide Download Celebration this year is, like, Broly and Gogeta. I think, like, a Dokkan Fest Android 18 to follow up Broly and Gogeta would be a great pick. I think Android 18 is a good Dokkan Fest pick, right? I think Kefla is a good Peppy Gals Dokkan Fest pick. I think Android 21 is a good Peppy Gals Dokkan Fest pick. But Videl is not really a fighter like that. Like, she does some fighting, but she's human level, right? Like, she's not actually, like a Ki Blast fighter, right? Like, Videl would get washed in, like, I mean, Videl would get obliterated in the first tournament in Dragon Ball, right? Like, so I don't like Videl really as a great option. Okay, he is gonna be on it, and I really could see this guy on it too. Yeah. So, like, here's the thing. They could make this banner I'm going to say this right now. If this banner has Tech Ultimate Gohan and in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta on it, and it's a 7 featured unit banner, I probably will be telling people to summon, not for Videl, but for the overall quality of the banner. Because I have talked about this a lot, right? Like, I think it's better to summon on overall quality of banner than actual, like, you know, how good the main unit is, right? If you have both of these guys, like, they're good in all content in the game. And let's just pretend, bare minimum, Videl is as good as the Trunks and Goten Dokkan Fest, right? Then, like, that as a trio would be very good. Again, the way they make Videl relevant, by the way, is designing her like AGL Turles or something like that. Like, she needs to be like a ridiculous defensive unit or like support unit or something like that. You can't build Videl as like a 7 million attack fighter with her link set. Like, that would be stupid to do. All right, so we'll see. Well, yes, this is me. This is the only thing that drives me. Like, so many people are like, oh, Truth and his mega ego. But repeatedly throughout videos, I'm saying stuff like this. Like, well, you know, I'm wrong yet again. And then I say, like, oh, I'm right one time. And they're like, oh my God, look at this guy and his ego. It's like, dog, I'm not allowed to say I'm right once every 3 months. It hurts. It hurts. It's definitely real. Definitely real. Oh, dude. First true World Tournament category leader. I mean, if it's World Tournament / like Buu Saga, sure. But are you going to run the Videl Buu Saga team over the STR Super Vegito Buu Saga team? No. No, you are not. So, her leader skill is what's going to be real problematic, for sure. Again, everyone is saying, I want my Peppy Gal leader. None of you are going to run Peppy Gals when she drops, alright? Stop playing with me. Like, yeah, she'll be great for, like, Peppy Gal Extreme Super Battle Road and stuff like that, of course. But, like, none of you bums are going to be like, oh, I'm not running Kamehameha today, I'm running Peppy Gals. Like, nah, get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, this is true. Dokkan does make the girl units. They're usually very cohesive together and very strong. But again, Peppy Gals is not there. They need a lot of care. You know who would have been a much better Peppy Gal Dokkan Fest right now? Is freaking Android 21, dude. She would have been a good Dokkan Fest right now. Because, like, look at the team she would have buffed, right? We're talking about Peppy Gals, Android, Full Power, Majin Power, Battle Wits, Power Absorption, Crossover. She would have been a fantastic Dokkan Fest. Transformation Boost. No, I think she probably would. She would be on Transformation Boost even if she didn't transform mid-battle. I think so. So, like, this is a great Dokkan Fest character right here. And she's big bad bosses, too. Like, yeah, this would be awesome. But, you know, they're like, nah. Let's try. Nah, hit the Videl button. Alright, we'll look at a couple more. I'm not... Hey, dude, alright. Emmanuel, bruh. Again, I would argue Videl is the least popular, least hyped Dokkan Fest ever. Right? Understand that. Now, if the banner is really as good as I'll be expecting, I will be telling people to summon. But, like, immediately I'm seeing... Dude, so many global players are saying, I love Videl as a Dokkan Fest. Because I can easily skip it. That's what everyone is saying. Goresh said, I'm very excited. I will get my one copy and then get the rest of her with red coins. like Goresh just want to... Goresh is, like, the 1% for Dokkan, right? Like in terms of, like spenders. Like, Goresh is in the 1% of spenders. Like, you guys... I understand it. It might be tough to hear, but, like, players like Goresh is who Dokkan does need to cater towards with these top-grossing banners, because that's what's going to keep the game going, right? So, I don't know. Would I like to see Videl get top-grossing? Yes, I would. They could do it if they make her banner ridiculous, right? Again, Gogeta, Gohan, put, like, Beerus on it, like, AGL Bardock. Like, they could line it up and then maybe do, like, better sales than usual. Maybe she could get top grossing? Maybe? But, like, understand Broly just didn't get top grossing. And, like, if we talk about Pikkon getting top grossing, the real reason Pikkon got top grossing is because it was New Year's and they actually had, like, the best sale ever. Like the Dokkan, like, best sale every year is New Year's on JP Dokkan. Like, I know a lot of players bought out all the sales and then saved it for the 6th-year anniversary. That's what they did. So, we will see. Maybe Emmanuel will be correct. Maybe Emmanuel's gonna slap the dog shit out of me and Videl will be top grossing. We shall see, right? Okay. See, Javier... Is like he's kind of, is he spitting? Is Javier spitting? Maybe he is. But, like, you know, again, like, we're 35 minutes in the video now. But, like, a problem is, number one, I think Videl is not really a character. Like, Krillin is more worthy. Dude, Yamcha. Like, Videl is actually the absolute bottom tier character ever worthy of a Dokkan Fest. She's below Android 13. She's below Garlic Jr. She's below Pikkon. She's below Yamcha. She's below Krillin. Videl is actually the very basement ground floor of a Dokkan Fest character they could do. It's different when they drop Piccolo or, you know, Android 13 to Videl. Because Piccolo and Android 13 are legitimate, like, fighters who are shooting out, like, ki blasts and stuff like that. Have major roles in, like, movies and arcs. Videl is, like, again, she's like just a side filler character. I'm sorry. Like, she doesn't really fight like that. I would love to see 18 get a Dokkan Fest Android 21, give Kefla more Dokkan Fest, maybe like a Kale and Khalifa dual card. But like, Videl's not a fighter like that, right? Like, I would argue, like, Bulma would be a good Dokkan Fest. Bulma is so important to the story of Dragon Ball. She is, like, actually, like, within, like, the top 3 most important characters in Dragon Ball or something like that. Like, from episode 1 of Dragon Ball all the way through Dragon Ball Super. I think a Bulma Dokkan Fest, while also quirky like a Videl one would be, Bulma, dude, is far more deserving. She is so much more of an important character. I think Bulma is who they should have done as like a Dokkan Fest like this, not Videl. Bulma would have been a far superior one. The other thing too about Bulma, by the way, I think this Bulma should have been a Dokkan. I don't know what they would do for her animations and stuff. Remember when there was a filler episode where she had like the robots and she was like, you know, searching for the Dragon Balls? Like, maybe that could be her super attack. Like, it's Bulma, like, you know, pops the capsule and hops in like the giant robot like capsule thing. That would be cool, I guess, right? Then they could do the same thing with like Staff Officer Black, who fights Goku in like sort of one of those giant robots. But like, this would be good because this would be a new unit for Planet Namek Saga, Dragon Ball Seeker, Earthling, Peppy Gal. Like this would be good, right? And I think this character, she has the same problems as Videl, right? With the shitty link set, and you know, they'd need to make her like a monster support and stuff like that. But she is far more relevant than Videl, and I think much more deserving of a Dokkan Fest than Videl. This is talking about for April Fools. The thing about this is, yes, I am going to be going balls deep in her banner. You guys, I will be rainbowing her, yes. But here's the thing about this. Yes, this is true. Whatever April Fool's Day is, Global's going to be getting it at the same time. But they don't always announce, like, global NJP content that comes at the same time is not always announced at the exact same time, right? The one thing that immediately comes to mind for me is when Candy Vegito originally came out. Now, I mean, this is 4 years ago, back in 2017. But I remember they announced Candy Vegito on Global, like, it was like 5 days in advance before we knew JP was also getting it, right? I remember they announced Candy Vegito on Global back in 2017, and then they announced Physical Super Vegito on JP. And it's like, we didn't know that, like, JP was also going to get that Candy Vegito, right? So it's like, it's not always announced directly at the exact same time. But, again, whatever is April Fool's, I do think Global and JP will be getting it at the same time, yeah. Alright, Bugoy's never skipped a Peppy Gal banner, okay. Yeah, it sucks. It's horrible. This money link. See, because here's the thing. They just gave us the Easy 8 for that Android 18. She's really good. But the thing about that and this Android 18 right here is like, you run her as a floating support type unit, but this Android 18 is a banner unit. She didn't awaken immediately, did she? She did. Okay. Yeah, this Android 18 is a banner unit from 2017, right? So she has this horrible link set. Like, you want to use her with Trunks, Goten, and Krillin, but she doesn't link with them at all. Like, it works. It works horribly, but it's like they just made her so strong with like this and this and this that like she just works as a floating unit. That's again the point. Are they really going to drop Dokkan Fest Videl, who are going to run as a floater? Like, that's just, it's going to be bad design. So, it's going to be very interesting to see. Let me know what you guys think about Dokkan Fest Videl. I do think this is a miss by Dokkan. Not because it's a Peppy Gal, but, dude, because I think Bulma, 21, 18 were far better options for this than Videl. So, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.